Hey guys, it's me, Travis with PlayerProps.ai. Are you subscribed to this YouTube channel yet? Did you pay attention to yesterday's episode when every single thing we talked about hit? Every single thing. All of the pictures, all the good stuff, all the props hit. Every single one of them hit. Do you understand that this is how you take the next step in your betting career to lose less and win more? It is not rocket science, as I say in every episode. I know that sports betting has to do with a lot of numbers. Not everybody likes numbers. Not everybody likes math. We take out all the difficulty. All that you have to do is to commit to being a better version of yourself than you were yesterday and the day before that. So as long as you commit to being a better version of yourself, a better, commit to losing less and winning more, all you got to do is follow the 7 steps of success. If your next question is, Travis, what are the 7 steps of success? Well, there's a Discord channel that's called the 7 Steps of Success, and it details them there in Discord. And the only way you can see them is if you're in Discord. So Discord's like a pre-step 1. It's step 0. Step 0 is joining Discord, connecting your accounts. All that stuff is free. Creating a free version of this, of creating a free account on PlayerProps.ai, free. Subscribing to this free YouTube channel, again, free. Once you do all the free stuff, go to Discord. Look at the 7 steps of success. If you're tired of seeing everybody else in Discord winning more than you, winning more often than you, then chances are you're not following those steps. All you have to do is follow those steps to have success. We made it very simple for you. We make sports betting simple. The only thing that you're making difficult is you're fighting yourself. You're fighting your future self, who is a much more successful bettor than current self. So stop fighting. If you're going to bet on sports, you're going to bet on sports the right way. You have to commit to that. If you're not going to bet on sports the right way, the way that works for, 97,900 people who have followed all of those people of that group that has followed all 7 of our 7 steps of success. If you're ready to join them, you just have to join them. It's not difficult. We prove to you guys in all of our shows and all of our episodes, this stuff works. The guidelines work. The app works, the community works. There's a reason why we're winning all the awards, because it works, because it helps people become a better bettor. Now, to go to a different segue here, today's Friday, ladies and gentlemen, March 27th. See that? That says March 28th. Tomorrow is the big day. We are hosting our 2nd annual Player Props party where all of our premium members who are able to come to Orlando, Florida. I rent out an entire sports bar, cover all the food, all the drinks, as a thank you for helping getting us to this point where we are the #1 sports betting research app and community on the planet. So that's what I do. As a thank you, I thank you guys by treating you guys out to a party like that. So if you are coming, look forward to seeing you. If you can't make it, that's okay. We're gonna do one every single year. So at March 28th, 2027, or whichever Saturday is closest to that, plan for next year if you can't make it for this one. Or if you can make it for this one, also plan for next year. So one of the things on yesterday's show that I think might have caused like a super small amount of confusion is our dev team, while I was recording, was working on some updates and stuff. So down here, these are the advanced stats. We were working on bringing these back from last season while I was recording. So you saw like different, the labels and everything was slightly different. And then I was referring to those because the advanced stats weren't showing it. And then there's some people like, hey, where are the stats you had on screen? The stuff I had on screen yesterday, not important. This is the stuff that matters. And I'll go into what you should pay attention to for this specific stat, which is the one we focus on more often than not. Because as you see, what is it, like 5 pitchers we talked about yesterday, all hit, they're over. This app crushes. You just have to use it as it's designed. The only way that you can fail with PlayerProps.ai is by not following all of the guidelines. That's it. Every single person follows all of them. They do not fail. So if your question is, will this work for me? Will you work for you? Will you commit to following the guidelines that are clearly defined in the free Discord channel? So it's not like we make it where you sign up and then we throw the guidelines at you. You get to learn the guidelines and see the guidelines before you ever pay a single penny to upgrading your account to full access to everything. Just make sure that you commit to being a better version of yourself. If you commit and you put forth the effort and you ask questions and you learn and you get better and you ask questions on a daily basis, you are going to be a better version of what you are today. You just have to commit. The only people that don't have success are the ones that don't commit. You just have to commit. If you're not willing to commit, to losing less of your hard-earned money, this is a sign that you should not be betting on sports. You can come back to sports later after taking a break or hiatus, if you will, when you're ready to commit. But if you're not ready to commit, stop losing your money. You can spend your money on many different things that'll make you happier other than losing it because you're not committed to success. Please do not lose your money. That's the whole reason why I built this, because I saw so many people lighting their money on fire. The whole reason that PlayerProps.ai exists is because I see people making the worst decisions possible. And the worst part about it is they don't even know that they're the worst decisions possible. So I created this app, created this guidelines. Tomorrow is literally the 2-year anniversary of this launching. We have helped 97,900 plus people in the 2 years. That's the actual count of people who have created a PlayerProps.ai account. This stuff works. You just have to commit. You have to be willing to commit to being a better version of yourself for you and your family. I'm sure your family doesn't like it when you're losing every single bet, but if you're going to continue sports betting, this is how you do it the right way. This is why you see people in Discord dropping winning screenshots every single day, because they are following the steps. They're using the app as I've designed it to be used. They're using the community, the Discord, as I've designed it to be used. Everything works. The only variable is, are you going to work? Are you going to learn the guidelines? Are you going to practice them? Are you going to ask questions? So, just follow the guidelines. It's like what is it? Like the whole, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. Like, if you are losing so much money sports betting, just picture it like you're on the desert and your lips are crazy chapped, broken, because all you want is a drink of water. And I'm literally coming to you with a bowl of the world's best tasting water. This water is delicious. This water will help you. This is right in front of you. And you're looking at it and you're like, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to drink that water. There's so many different metaphors I can go into. This is something so I'm just going to tell you right now. I constantly am talking to ChatGPT, to Claude, to all of these AI bots, these AI LLMs, right? And I'm like, listen, I've created the world's most novice, most beginner-friendly sports betting research app. It's won the awards for that. It's the most accurate app. It's won awards for that. It's the best sports betting business. It's won awards for that. Everybody in the Discord community loves being in the Discord community. They love everybody that's premium, loves talking with each other and finding winning plays using the app together. And I'm constantly just asking, I go, guys, or I'm asking these AI bots, these chat bots. I was like, hey, what am I missing here? I have built something that is guaranteed to curb your avoidable losses, to make you stop shooting yourself in the foot. Why is there so many people who are willing to lose $500 today guessing or tailing a random person on social media, but they're not willing to spend $1.97 a day to do what has been proven for 365 days, or technically over 750 days at this point? What am I missing here? So if you have never upgraded and you're still betting, you're still losing, you're still betting, it's not working out, but you're trying to watch a YouTube video and maybe get some, I don't know. Guys, please, for the love of all that's holy, hit me up in Discord. If you don't want to comment on this video, if you don't want to make your comment public, we're not going to share it. Just send me a DM in Discord. If you have never upgraded, shoot me a DM in Discord. Let me know the reason. If you're betting at least $10 a day, this is a no-brainer because it's $1.97 a day and it's proven to work. So if you're betting over $10 a day, let me know. Send me a Discord DM. Doesn't have to be public. I'm not going to share it with anybody, but I need to know, what am I missing here? This works for everybody that uses it, and that's not a metaphor, an over-exaggeration. Every single person of the 97,900 members who created an account, who have also followed all 7 of our steps of success, have had success in the 2 years that we've been alive. So I'm going to do something right now. This wasn't planned before I hit the record button. If you've never been premium, shoot me a DM. The person that has the most, I don't want to say like, not revolutionary, but like the eye-opening thing of something that I'm not realizing. Response in Discord, I'll give you a free month. So everybody shoot me a DM. The person has the best, that helps me understand the most, I guess you can say. I'll gift you a free month of premium. It just doesn't make sense. People, I don't know, man. I don't know, fam. Just let me know in Discord. It's a, it doesn't make any sense, and I need you to help it make sense. Let's now focus on MLB. So I just clicked on this player because we're looking at this. But what I want to do real quick is I want to go to, I want to scroll through and I want to see. So this person was a trifecta, but it looks like their over odds just became unfavored. So the under is more favored. That's why the trifecta just flashed off of the screen. But what I do real quick here is I just scroll down and I look for, do we get any green greens? And then what I also do is I look at the difference. Remember what I taught you yesterday. Do not touch pitcher strikeouts if the difference is not at least 1.0 or higher. So none of these are. On the over anyway. Until we get to Chris, but there's a channel in Discord for every sport that says ban list. There's a channel in Discord that's free to view. It's called the MLB ban list. There's things we don't do. We don't go over strikeouts when we're versing Kansas City. Chris Sale, great projection, high line. Sportsbooks favor the under, but he's versing Kansas City. As you see here, there's a reason why we don't go over strikeouts against Kansas City. They don't strike out. Toronto, let me see if Toronto's on that list. Let me go to the Discord channel real quick. Yes, Toronto's also on that list. Why do we not go over strikeouts for pitchers versing Toronto? Because they don't strike out. Then that goes up here. We have Houston not on the ban list, San Fran not on the ban list, and Dodgers not on the ban list. So then we look at these three. They all technically have 1.0 over their 1.0 projection over their line. This would need to be 4.5. It is. This would need to be 5.5. It is. Excuse me. This would need to be 5.5, and it is. Now, we look at the other things. Go down the checklist for props. What is the implied chance? Is it higher on the over or the under? We know that anytime you see a minus 101, the other side's already favored. So that the sportsbooks do not favor Cam going over. Every time you see a plus 102 or just a 102, it's the same thing as plus 102. We know the sportsbooks do not favor the over. So then we go up. Ryan Nelson, not versing a team on the ban list, not a ban list play, has the 1.0, has the minimum line, which has to be 3.5. Sportsbooks do favor the over here. So technically speaking, we had 5 trifectas or something yesterday, or 5 plays that made sense. They all hit. If you would have done the 20-80-20 rule, you would have covered the next 2-3 months of your VIP just by doing exactly what we showed you guys on the show, which a lot of people did. So now that we have the advanced data down here and all the stuff is showing, this is the rule for strikeouts. This works. This is why we have this rule. Here's the rule specifically for strikeouts. So this here, the system knows this guy's a pitcher. So it shows you the pitching stats against when he's versing righty batters, when he's versing lefty batters. The stat that we need to see is K percentage. Out of all of the righty batters he's versed, how many of them has he struck out? He strikes out 23.4% of all righty batters. Of lefties, 18.9%. The rule that had worked for us like magic last year is that this number is 20 plus on both sides. 18.9 is not 20. So then, before we roll it out completely, how many lefties are we expected for him to play against the Dodgers here? And as you see, we have Ohtani, Tucker, Freeman, Max. So some pretty big bats are lefties and could do a lot of damage before he gets to the strikeouts he needs. But the rule is both of these need to be 20 and only one is. So because this was the only pitching prop, strikeout prop that we can consider, because doesn't have that 20-20 split on strikeout rate versus righties and lefties, we don't touch it. So that means we're gonna have to look at unders. Is there anything that's an underplay? There's nothing that's an underplay that has that 1.0 difference, because this would have to be 4.5, 4.5, 4.5. So yeah, there's no under strikeouts today. I'm just going to change to FanDuel real quick, just in case. Okay, so it looks like FanDuel, I think, what did DraftKings have them at 5.5? So FanDuel does have the odds favor the under here. Let me... Bet Rivers has 3.5, but also crazy juice minus 2.65. FanDuel favors the over. Hard Rock favors the over, but 1, 2, 3, 4 books favor the under. So you have to look at this. What do more books favor? The under or the over? Because more books favor the under, this is still not necessarily a play. And also, the fact that San Francisco Giants have the second least amount of strikeouts over their last 3 games, that's also important as well. So yeah, there's no strikeout plays today. So the other 2 stats that I typically consider are hits, runs, RBIs, which I explained in the MLB AI preview show that I dropped for you guys on Tuesday. So make sure you watch that because it explains that in more detail. But before we get off pitchers, I don't really do pitching outs too much. I definitely don't do it too much in the beginning of the season because people tend to be on a shorter leash as they're getting warmed up. But that's kind of what preseason or spring training's for anyway. I'm just curious here. There's nobody really with any kind of big difference. Except for Sheehan. So don't pay attention to this stuff. So what we're going to show here soon, you know how we show like all the stats for NBA, like just how many minutes they had, blah, blah, blah. So we show it for strikeouts. So you can go to strikeouts here and it'll show his pitch count, right? How many runs he allowed, his pitch count, what the projection was. We're going to be adding this to pitching outs probably, hopefully by the end of today. But these here, this is him essentially like coming out of the bullpen. So this is not him starting. This is him coming out of the bullpen. That's why these are all low here. But I would say that's probably why the AI projection is low. But because the sportsbooks already favor the under, I feel like this guy can like mow down this team. I feel like Arizona's so trash that... So if you don't know what pitching outs is, it's a literal out. So there's 3 outs you can get in an inning. So when you see 15 pitching outs, that means that he pitches 5 full innings. So when you see over under 15.5, you're betting on, is he going to be brought out in the 6th inning, at the beginning of the 6th inning, or not? And if you don't think he is going to be pulled out, then you want to go under 15.5. If you think he's going to be pulled out after he completes the 5th inning, that's kind of where that becomes a number. And then it's the same thing for 18. 18 outs is 6 innings. 6 times 3 is 18. So pay attention to those because those numbers are very important with pitching outs because there's a lot of managers who go, I'll give you 5 innings, I'll give you 6 innings. The only way you really get pulled out mid-inning is you get a ton of people on base or you suck or you get to a certain pitch count. So like if you're in the 6th inning and you're already at like 90 or 100 pitches, you may get pulled in the middle of the 6th inning or 7th inning or something like that. But pay attention to the inning intervals. 5 innings is 15, 6 innings is 18, and 7 innings is 21. Those are the ones you want to pay attention to because those are the more likely ones that somebody's going to get pulled either before or getting at least 1 out in the next inning. So this is essentially saying, is he going to be brought out in the 6th inning or not? That's what 15.5 is. At the beginning of last season, 921, 926, they just like moved him to the bullpen. Yeah, there's not enough here that we like. So no pitching props, no pitching outs, no pitching strikeouts. So now we're going to go to hits, runs, RBIs. Okay, Now, I know I just said I explained this in the video I did for you Tuesday. For the people that didn't watch it, shame on you. But I will quickly highlight what this means. HRR, hits, runs, RBIs. If this line is 1.5, what has to happen in this game? That means this guy has to get more than 1, so 2 plus of any of the combination of that category. If he gets 2 hits and 0 runs, 0 RBIs, he hits. If he gets 2 runs, 0 hits, and 0 RBIs, he hits. If he gets 1 run, 1 RBI, and 0 hits, he hits. So he just has to get 2 of the entire category, or 2 of any of the things in the category. So 2 hits counts, 1 hit, 1 run counts. So like if his first at bat he gets on base with a hit, and then somebody drives him in and he scores a run, boom, he already hit the checkbox. 1.5, I think, unless they're like a super stud, 1.5 is the average line for non-studs. You do see studs, George Springer here, 2.5 line. So we'll scroll here, we'll look at things, and then all of a sudden, the George Springer one, oh, hold on, we still have under toggled. There we go. There are players that have 0.5 lines, which means they just have to get 1 of any of this stacked. But typically, they're not the best players or have the best matchups or whatever it may be. But we get to this guy here. Atlanta has allowed the 10th most hits, runs, RBIs last season, 8th most in the last 3. Same thing with Lane Thompson. So what I'm interested to see here, the rule of thumb for hits, runs, RBIs is you want to see a full 1.0 higher. So if it's a 0.5 line, you need to see 1.5 projection. This is, and then if it's a 1.5, you need to see a 2.5 projection. So it's the same thing with strikeouts. There's a lot of things in baseball that just kind of require that 1.0 higher projection. But I'm curious here about the lineup. So we're looking at the 2 people that have a 0.5 line was Jensen batting out of the 7th spot, and then Lane Thomas batting out of the 9. Versus Chris. Good matchup, but also elite pitcher. Where is this guy batting out of? Playing on the Angels. Where is he batting out of? He is batting out of the last spot. No. You want to get guys that are batting in like the top 5. Preferably the top 4 spots, because the number 1 person goes up to bat first in the first inning, and then it goes all the way down and they rotate. So when you go through an entire 9 innings, the people that are in like the top 4 are almost always going to have at least one, not almost always, but they have the best chance of getting 5 at-bats. And the guys in 9th spot have the least chance of getting 5 at-bats. Or maybe there's times where the 9th spot only gets 3 at-bats. All depending on the situation. But, yeah. Bryce Matthews batting out of the 9th spot. Something else we're adding. So I just mentioned that we're working on adding the full data to pitching outs as well. Something for batters. So when you click on this, we just added this yesterday, where it was already in the order, but to make it easier to see and understand what you're looking at, where like we put these numbers here yesterday. So now you're like, okay, so I know how Jose Altuve's first. Most people will see that and say like, okay, so he's batting first. But for the people that are new to baseball betting, we can put the numbers here as well. Number 1 means he's batting first in the lineup. He's batting second in the lineup, third. But what we're going to be adding soon, hopefully some before the start of next week, is that number. I don't know. I still have to figure out where I want to put it, but it's going to have the number like right next to their position, maybe. Like for this guy batting 9th, it'll have like a 9 somewhere here. It'll have, so right here, this is the projected roster. This is who we believe is going to be the starting 9 and the starting lineup order. So we'll have like something next to the position that'll show like a 9, but maybe it'll be like a gray 9 in a box. And then once it says confirm roster and the team actually put out, yes, Bryce Matthews is starting today and he is batting 9th, then it'll like turn green. So that's kind of what I'm thinking for that part there. But yeah, we're always constantly enhancing the app. Like the team of devs are constantly getting requests from you guys from suggestions that you guys add in Discord, and myself as well, of just constantly adding new features and making things sexier. But now I don't want to touch somebody, even though they have a 0.5 line. I don't want to touch somebody batting ninth. I'm just curious where Eli, Atlanta, batting seventh. You want to get a player that's going to have the most opportunity to get to bat so they can hit their line. Just looked at him. I feel like these guys bat pretty high. Who's Seattle pitching? Kirby, right-hander Kirby. Manzardo's bats fourth. So this guy's batting fourth here. He just played yesterday and he got a hit. So he hit his 0.5 line. And then Manzardo is a left-hander going against a right-hander in Kirby. So we can go down here and see his splits. We know we want to click on versus righties because we know Kirby's a right-handed pitcher. We're not going to click on versus lefties because Kirby's not a lefty. He's not a left-handed pitcher. So how does he do versus righties? He strikes out 25% of the time, which is crazy high. He's had 436 plate appearances. That's what PA is. If you don't know these numbers, if you don't know these abbreviations mean, that's what this button's for. Batting average, 245. They have him in the cleanup spot. That's like a very important spot. They're doing a very lefty heavy lineup here. Lefty, 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 switch, switch. So technically, if both of these switch hitters bat lefty, then there's only 2 players in the lineup that are actually right-handed hitters. So what I want to do now, considering that as a play, let's go to Kirby real quick and look at him. So we can see what his splits are against left-handed batters. So here's Kirby. Versus lefties. So versus righties, he allows a 239 average. Versus lefties, he allows a 264 average. He does strike them out a lot. He's got a good strikeout rate on both sides, but this is not enough to target his over for Ks, which is not what we're looking at. So it looks like he is slightly worse against lefties. Which is probably why Cleveland's going with a very heavy lefty lineup. I mean, that's a lot of their standard guys anyway. But yeah, I think that's what I want. Let's do that. So we're not doing Kirby strikeouts. That's just what we're doing. We were looking to see how he fares during the batter. But I think we're going to go with that 4-hole hitter. 0.5 line, so all he has to do is get a hit the entire game. All he has to do is get either a hit or a run. So if he gets walked and somebody else drives him in, that counts. If somebody's, or an RBI, which there's a way you can get RBI without getting a hit. If you have a guy on third base and then there's 0 or 1 outs, he can hit a sac fly, drive the guy in, check mark, check that box. So there's no pitching things that are too sexy because we pretty much hit everything yesterday. Not pretty much. We literally hit everything yesterday. But I think that's what I'm looking at here for today is we're going with that 0.5 HRR line. Again, if you want a free month, as I mentioned in the middle of the video, shoot me that DM I mentioned, and that's how you get that free month. Yeah, good luck, guys. Let's keep this train rolling. If you guys are not sure how much money the VIP members made yesterday, it's exponential and it's free to view. Just go to the Discord, look at the Baseball Winning Screenshots channel. It's called Baseball Winners, and it'll show you. That's how many people. That's how much people who commit to being a better version of themselves, to commit to following the guidelines. That's how much they can win. That's how much they do win. So check that channel out. We'll see you guys in Discord. Make sure you do the free stuff, because if you can't do the free stuff, you should not be betting right now. And it's okay. It's okay to stop betting. It's okay to bet and follow the guidelines, and it's okay to not bet if you know you're not going to follow the guidelines. We'll see you guys in Discord. Good luck.